If you've been counting down your days to Fixmas, well, today's your lucky day because you unlock the final data slate that's needed for the Fixmas tree research tree. Now, in order to finish the tree itself, you are going to need to produce 500 Ficsmas Wonderstars. So today, I'm going to break down this particular layout, which allows you to produce one Ficsmas Wonderstar per minute. And you can obviously double that up with Summersloop so that you can produce those 500 Wonderstars pretty quickly, so that you can unlock the final tier of decoration for your giant Fixmas tree and start focusing on the things that really matter, such as blowing things up. Nice. And also I should mention, this day marks the start of me building my own Fixmas factory, which is going to be a grotto, I've decided, in the doggo cave here. So if you do want to join me, make sure to join my streams, which are generally speaking after the videos have been released. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, the first thing that I want to bring to your attention is this is an 11 by 16 foundation grid, and you could probably squish this in further if you absolutely wanted to, but for the purpose of this build, I think it's quite nicely laid out. There are 3 compartments, I would say, to this, or segments. The first one is the candy cane part, which feeds directly into the Ficsmas Wonderstar assembler. We then also have the Fixmas branches, which go in to become the wreaths. And then the third section, which are the Fixmas ornaments and ornament bundles. So we're going to go through all of this step by step, and hopefully you'll find it quite simple to follow. I should also mention that you're going to need 30 copper ingots per minute and 45 iron ingots, however you want to bring them to the build. I'm doing it to the right, as you can see, via conveyors. So starting off, we're going to head to the top left-hand corner of our build, and we're going to go 3 foundations across, and then also 3 down to about here. And we're going to grab an assembler. We want this assembler to rest across the 3rd column and the 4th column, just directly across like that. And we're going to make sure that this section is just over the middle. And then you can add just across from this your industrial storage container. This is where your Ficsmas Wonderstars are going to go. And from here you can pick this, and obviously if you have Summersloop, you can place them in here to double that up. But the next thing that we need to do is produce our 20 candy canes per minute. Do not worry, just as a heads up, I will jump to an overhead view at the end of each of these segments to make it nice and easy for you to follow. But we're going to place 4 constructors, and we can do this in the first row beneath this. So all we need to make sure is that we have room for a merger facing directly into the assembler, like so. And we're going to place 4 of these constructors along this segment. And we need to make sure that we have enough room to place our Fixmas gift trees directly in front of them, or behind them, depending on your perspective. So we're going to place these in the center of these foundations. That's just off. And if you hold control, you can just snap them in place. Now, each of these Fixmas gift trees produce 15 presents, or Fixmas gifts per minute, I should say. So you can select your candy cane, and it's a 1-to-1 ratio with the constructors. We don't need to worry about overclocks or underclocks. And then all we need to do is make sure that we have a merging line heading into the assembler. And that there is the first segment of this build done. So jumping back to our main, our running build, you can see that we've got 6 Fixmas trees running along the bottom of this grid, and they are being split up slightly in the first part. So we'll talk about that as we jump into this. So let's start off with adding our first gift tree. This is going to be in the 3rd column, and you can place them where you want. In fact, for this one, I'm going to bring them over the center, and we need 6 trees. Now, the first 2 trees are going to be merged on the right. Like so. So they'll be producing. And then on the other side, we're going to have a merger facing the top of the grid in front of the first Fixmas tree on the left. Then we're going to have a merger facing the left of the build, in front of the second one from the left. And then for the third one, we're going to place a splitter. This is going to split between 2. So one will head to a merger in front of the 4th tree. And then the other will head to the start of the Fixmas trees in the left segment. And this is going to head up to 4 more constructors. Just going to place them so they are directly in front of the 4 Fixmas gift trees. And then we're just going to run it along a manifold. And these 4 are going to be your Fixmas tree branches, sorry. So you're going to need to set each of these to Fixmas tree branches. And the very last one is going to be underclocked to 37.5%. It's 3.75, not 7.5. So I've actually done my maths wrong. We're producing more gifts than we need. Unfortunately, there's not much we can do about that because they output 15 per minute. So if you want, you can split the 3.75 off, but I'm just going to leave it as it's just going to saturate the line. It's not really an issue. And then after that, we're just going to run a merging line out into this direction, which is the right of the build. And from here, we can add our Fixmas wreath section, which is going to be 3 assemblers. So for the Fixmas wreaths, we're going to place a merger, and you want this merger to be able to feed directly into the assembler here. And then from here, you'll place an assembler, as you can see here, heading directly into this merger. It's going to align up with the 5th and 6th column. And then you can hold control and place 1 more assembler either side, which will then feed into your merger. Now for this, we're going to need, I believe it's 5 wreaths per minute. Yeah. So one of these will be underclocked, and the other 2 will be running at 100%. So this would be 50% clock speed. Or if you wanted to do them all evenly, you'd do 250 divided by 3, which equals 83.3333%. So let's do that for this one. Then we'll just copy and paste. Like so. At this point, the only thing that we need to do here is to bring the resources into this. So we'll run these as a load balancer with placing the splitters directly onto the elevators, and we'll have the input on the center assembler so that the 2 outputs go directly into the other ones, creating a load balance. Then from here, we're going to run the branches up, and then using straight mode, we're going to send it to the central splitter. At this point, your build should look a little bit like this. And at this point, we are going to do the Fixmas ornament bundles and the blue and red Fixmas ornaments, and also the copper and silver Fixmas ornaments. To start this segment off, we're going to want to take the last two Fixmas trees, and we're going to send the resources along to a series of 6 smelters producing the red Fixmas ornaments. And we're going to want to have 3 foundations of separation, and then we're going to place our first smelter. It might be easier for you, if you want, to place down your splitter first. We'll go with that. And I'm actually placing these in the first and second row rather than a little bit further up, just because we have so much room. I'm just spacing it out a little better. How many do we have? We have the 6 there, and these are all going to be running at 100%. So we are going to need all 30 Fixmas gifts to run this. And connect them up. And you're ready to add your merging line on the other side. And across from this, we're just going to place another merging line. This is going to be for 5 smelters, with one of them being underclocked, and this is going to be for the blue Fixmas ornaments. With the blue Fixmas ornaments, one of them needs to be underclocked to 50%, which I will do for the very last one in the line, and then all the rest should be running at 100% clock speed. Both of these lines are going to come out and then feed the rows of foundries, which we'll do shortly, but make sure to do your manifold for the blue Fixmas ornaments as well. Then we're going to run this down to our second row and connect that with the Fixmas gift trees that we were splitting earlier. So we have 22.5, 15 from this one and 7.5 from there. And we should see that we need a total of 22.5 here. So we'll have 4 at 100%. That's 20 Fixmas gifts. And then the last one should be consuming 2.5, as you can see here. And then once they're running, you'll have your blue Fixmas ornaments and your red Fixmas ornaments. And then from here we can add our first row of foundries. These are going to be for the for the iron Fixmas ornaments, which takes the blue Fixmas ornaments. And we're going to do a manifold on top like we did over there. And then we're going to run another manifold on the lower floor. This is going to be for the blue Fixmas ornaments that we've just produced. Then for the top line, we're going to bring our iron. You can bring this in wherever you want. I'm going to do it just over the 2 of these foundations here, which are in the 5th and 6th row. So it'll be this one here. Then we're going to connect that using straight build mode to our foundries to produce those silver Fixmas ornaments. And then we're going to grab our red Fixmas ornaments, and we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Let's just merge this line. So grab your foundry and run another 3 of these for your copper ornaments. Then, the same as we did with the silver Fixmas ornaments, we're going to add a manifold line, balancer on top, directly to the elevators. These are going to receive your copper ingots. Then underneath we'll have a manifold line for our red Fixmas ornaments. And you can see we're bringing the iron, or we'll be bringing the iron and copper in at the same point, just to make it easy for us. Have your copper selected. From here, we're going to add our ornament bundle assemblers, and we want the output of the middle assembler to be facing the right input of the middle assembler for the Fixmas wreaths, which will be directly in front of it. So we're doing this so that we have a bit more space for the load balancer, which I'm going to place now. So it'll be a merger followed by a splitter, then feeding directly into those 3 assemblers. As we've done previously, we're going to now add our line above for the Fixmas ornaments bundles. This can receive your blue or your red Fixmas ornaments. For the ease of this, I'm just going to sorry, not blue or red, your silver or copper ones. So for the ease of this, I'm just taking the copper ones. And then we will distribute the silver ones on the lower floor in the same way as we've done for the previous sets of foundries and assemblers. And there we are. We now have what will be, once we've added the iron and the copper, a fully running 1 Ficsmas Wonderstar star factory per minute. And this here is what it will look like from above. And with the 45 iron and 30 copper ingots being fed to this per minute, we should see this all turning on quite quickly. And there we are. Everything is now running as it should. And we're receiving our Fixmas stars, or Ficsmas Wonderstars. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. And if you have, do make sure to hit the thumbs up. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. Ooh, what's this? Well, now you know. Good job I had God mode on. But special thanks, as always, goes to all of our amazing supporters on Patreon, most notably our Lunar Eclipse patrons, Firefless the Calamity, Ben and Star, as well as our Blood Moon of the Day, which today is Jenny. Until next time, as always, ciao for now.